Hello students, how are you all? I hope you all are fine and having good time with your family. Welcome back to the school students. Today in 9th standard, we are going to start our first chapter from our first book, that is Be Hive. Yes students, our first chapter. The name of the chapter is The Fun They Had. So, the fun they had. The fun you had in your vacation, right? In the same way, this chapter is about the fun they had. मतलब जो उन्होंने मजे किए थे, right? What type of fun they are describing? Let's see in this chapter. So first, students, let me tell you about you that nowadays we are using e-studies, right? Virtual classrooms we do have. You will be agree with this point. Yes sir, we have a virtual classrooms. But do you think that you are missing your schools or not? Yes, you guys are absolutely missing your schools a lot. So this chapter is about the virtual classrooms, e-learning, e-books. Right now we are having mix up e-books as well as the paper books also, but this story is about 100 or 200 years ago. ठीक है, like this chapter is about the studies, what type of schooling we have in 2157. ठीक है, 100 years, 130 years, as we can say 132 years. Fine. So after 132 years, 128 years, sorry, after 128 years, what type of schooling we do have, that describes in this chapter. But some of the examples we have already used, like our virtual classrooms. Yes, that we are using virtual classrooms. You guys are sitting at home and we are teaching you to the virtual classrooms. But at that period, at the time when there will be a schooling which is totally online, there will be not a teachers. The robots will teach them. Who will teach them? Robots. So that is described in this chapter. So let's start with the chapter, students. You may relate this chapter with this current scenario which we are facing right now. So yes, let me tell you the story. There are two characters given in this, Margie and Tommy. They both are given in the chapter. Margie is 11 years old and Tommy is 13 years old. Margie is writing her diary. Okay? She found a book. Which type of book she found? A paper book. They were really surprised to see that this is really a book, a paper book, right? We are not surprised because we know right till now we are using the paper books only. Now just few of the books we have, that is e-books, right? So Margie was writing on 17th May 2157. She found a book which after seeing the paper book she was really surprised to see it. After that, she showed this to her brother, that is Tommy. Fine. They saw the book. When she was changing the pages, she saw that the color of the papers turns yellow, and there are something paper rough हो जाते हैं, like rough papers with the clangy in it. Clangy means I can explain you that word clangy means paper which is having a lots of line and roughness in the paper. So that type of paper it was, and it turns into the yellow color, and there was some words written in it. They were really surprised to see that the words are still on that page. They are not going anywhere. When they are changing the pages, they see the same words. If they want to see the same page again, they can return to that page and see the same word written on that book. Fine. But what about the e-book? Why they are surprised? They are surprised because in the e-book we have to go through with the swipe, right? We have to swipe the things, and if we swipe the thing, then the first page or the second page will remove or they go away. Fine. They were literally surprised, but Margie was very interested to read this book. But Tommy was not that much interested because he thought that these books are not good enough. Why? Because we have to carry 100 books if we have to read the books, 100 books. But when we have to read 100 books, and if we have e-books, what will be the difference in it? The e-book, in the e-book we have to carry only one application or a book which we will read and then we will delete it. But we have to carry 100 books if we have to read 100 books. So he is not that much interested and he is not ready to read the book. But Margie has started to read it. She asked to her brother about this book. He said about the schooling. But Margie then after was not interested to read it, because why anyone can write about the school? Because school is the most hated thing which she has. She hates the school a lot. Why she hates the school? Because she did a lots of practice about the geography, but every time she is getting a less marks in it. That is not a problem of that girl. Let me explain you why this happening. Because they are having a robotic teachers. They have to just wake up, they will fresh up and they will sit in the room. The schooling they have in their room only, the robot teacher will teach them. There will be no man teacher at all. She thought, do you really think the man is so intelligent enough to teach anyone else? Tommy is 13 years old, he is mature enough. He said yes, men are true enough to teach anyone. As you see, our father, he is more intelligent than our teacher. Teacher means robot. They are talking about robots. Robots are teaching to the robots will teach to the kids in our future time, right? So this discussion was going on between the brother and sister. The Margie has started to read the book, and as I told you, she hated the school, the book of school, but she hated the school a lot. So she thought, who will write the book on the basis of school? Because school is the most hated thing that she hates, right? Then she heard that students are going into the school. It's not like they are sitting in the room and they are learning the things. At that period of time, like today's world, we also now it is virtual, but because of this scenario, but still we are going into the school and we are learning over there. There is a lots of students in the classroom, teachers teaching all the students differently according to their terms. They give the answer to their question, students ask questions to them, they take a test. So she read all those things. After that, there was a time of school, but why she was getting less marks in the geography? Because the robot has some problem in it. Her mother called the repairing man who solved the problem of robot. What was the problem in it? Geography का जो nut था, the nut which the robot has one nut which the things of geography put it in it, right? That becomes so fast. So he adjusted that robot into the level of 10 years old, fine, so that she can get a good mark. So after all, this repairman has confirmed to her mother that this is not the fault of Margie. This is the fault of this robot. There is some problems in the robot. That's why she is getting less marks, but she is good enough in her studies. Then after, she was assuming that the robot will go for a day or two and she will get a leave from the school, because once what happened when her brothers robot was not good, was not in a condition to work. That man has took that robot and he gave back after 1 month. So she was thinking that the robot will go and he will get the relax from the school for a day or two, but that did not happen. So what she has to run their school. She sat in the school. She sat and in front of the robot, and the robot was teaching to the girl. Fine. But when she was learning the thing, she was assuming about that thing only. The school where the kids are coming, they are the man are teaching to the students. There was lots of questions are there in her mind, that she is thinking about the fun that the students had at the time of schooling, right? The schooling which we are having, and after in the future time our kids will be having, that is totally different. That experience we have done this year from last 2 years, right? So I hope you have understood this chapter properly. It's about the e-learning that we are doing right now. Virtual classrooms will be learning through computers will be there. Okay, virtual classrooms, Zoom classrooms which we are getting right now, but then teachers will not be there, robots will teach them. Then after, robotic teachers will be there, and movie textbook will be electronic textbooks will be there. We don't have a books, so at that time we won't be having a books. Okay, I hope you all have understood this chapter properly. Bye bye, take care, stay at home, stay safe.